Hi everyone, this video is a quick background about the bubonic plague and the Black Death. The first thing to know about the bubonic plague and the Black Death are two of the creatures that are extremely important in this disease. So right here is a rat, and I'm sure you've heard of a rat before. It's similar to a mouse, and rats usually run amok in cities where things are dirty. In this instance, they're going to be on a ship where things are dirty, okay? They eat garbage and they are attracted to that dirt. Then there are fleas, and this is not as big as a flea. A flea is really tiny. You might have heard of a flea before in relation to dogs and cats. Sometimes cats or dogs get fleas on them, and they're tiny insects that kind of suck their blood a little bit, okay? And because rats are so dirty, fleas are really attracted to them because they're in the garbage or in the dirt. It's easy for fleas to jump on the rats, okay? And fleas will jump on many different animals and different materials and objects. So the bubonic plague is a disease found in rodents such as rats and fleas. Okay, and you can see up here, it kind of starts by an animal getting infected by this disease. And then the flea, so if the rat gets this bacteria, this disease, then the flea bites the rat, then a flea jumps off the rat, and then it goes and bites a human. That is how a human would end up with the bubonic plague, okay? And the bubonic plague caused the Black Death pandemic. I'm sure you're well aware of that word pandemic now, okay? That happened in Europe and killed millions of people. The bubonic plague is still around today, but it's not nearly as deadly, and you don't really hear about it happening often, okay? And you'll see why in a minute. So the Black Death, which was the cause of the bubonic plague and other plagues, started in Asia and spread to Europe on ships. So this is on the other side of the world. Okay, and you can see that around Europe, there's France and there's Italy, and you can see these cities of Paris and Rome, London, where the Black Death affected Europe. Okay, and it spread to Europe on ships from Asia. Okay, so trade ships. You can see there's this picture of a ship. Okay, and it began in 1347 and it lasted till 1351. So it lasted for 4 years. And it was a pandemic. So kind of like what we're in now. So there were rules that people had to follow, certain restrictions in place so that people did not get sick. Okay. The Black Death spread very quickly. Remember, it was through these rats. Rats were on the ship, and then the fleas had bitten the humans who got off on these trade ships in different places in Europe, and then the humans spread it very quickly. One reason for this is that people had very bad hygiene back then, meaning that they did not wash their hands really. They did not take showers, so they couldn't get those fleas off of them. They didn't wash their clothes. Their homes were really dirty. So the fleas loved it, and the fleas had these diseases from the rats, and they just passed it on to humans very, very quickly. There was also a lot of garbage in the streets and just really dirty conditions. So you weren't getting those fleas and those germs off of your skin or materials. There were millions of people that died from the Black Death, okay? And doctors wore masks and protective suits, so kind of similar to what today was like. But the outfits looked a lot different. You can see that back then, their masks almost looked like a beak. And in that beak there, right here, they would put some medicine and some spices and some herbs to protect the doctor, okay? And then you can see the suit, and normally they wore gloves as well, okay? So again, the Black Death happened from rats that were on the boats that went to Europe, and the fleas, right, were there. The fleas bit the rats, and they would bite the humans. And it was easy for the fleas to travel because of how bad hygiene was and how dirty the people were, right? No showers, didn't wash clothes, didn't wash hands. It spread very, very quickly also because the fleas could jump on clothes and bedding, okay? And it was a pandemic that lasted 4 years.